What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. Okay. Have we heard them on we've had them on the channel before? Yes, we have. So we're coming back. We're not making their debut. Coming back. We are coming back to Bring Me the Horizon. Yes, indeed. Bring Me the Horizon fans. Feeling? You. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bob, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Origin of Symmetry 2506, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with 42% of the vote, moving from number 783 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this. It is Bring Me the Horizon with a tune called Mantra. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, yeah, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Bring Me the Horizon. Shocking. And the video has 9.3 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Bring Me the Horizon, Mantra, official audio. Wah, wah, wah.
Damn it.
Ah, yes, there's that word official coming off of their official page. Yeah, look, you know what I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say it. All I'm going to say is this. We're going to have to just wait and see what happens and hope for the best. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Start a cult with me. I'm not vibrating like I ought to be. I need a purpose, I can't keep surfing through this existential misery. Now we're gonna need some real estate, but if I choose my words carefully, think I could fool you that I'm the guru. Wait, how do you spell epiphany? Before the truth will set you free, piss you off before you find a place to be. You're gonna lose the plot. Too late to tell you now. One ear right out the other one. 'Cause all you ever do is chant the same old mantra. Could I have your attention, please? It's time to tap into your tragedy. Think you could use it.
Pause. It's good. I got no problem with it. It sounds fine. Energy's there. Drive is there. A little more relaxed energy and drive, but it's still present. Probably the most interesting thing about it has been the break between, I hesitate to call it a pre-chorus. I guess pre-chorus would qualify. Between the verse and the chorus, leading in, you felt this build. And I was thinking, okay, here comes the chorus, and we're going to just drop an absolute bomb, right? Instead, they pull a swerve, and they go into this light feel, subdued, reserved feel and direction. And I never saw that coming from a mile. No, never saw that coming at all. It was interesting. I don't know if I like it, but I know I don't dislike it. I know I don't dislike it. It was fine. It sounded good. I was really anticipating that drop, because we built and built and built and built. Swerve. Where are we going? And then when we did go to the chorus, they dropped the bomb. So they did drop it. They just didn't drop it right where I thought they were going to drop it. We took a little detour. We took a little wrap around to get, or a little bit of a roundabout to get to where we were going. Rather than just make a left turn, we made a series of rights in the roundabout to get to the left. Okay, fine. Whatever. It was nice. It was all right. It just not what I know necessarily done, but it does work. It absolutely works. So we got there. That's the important thing. Let's keep going here.
You abuser, close your eyes and listen carefully. Imagine you're stood on a beach. Water gently lapping at your feet. But now you're sinking, what were you thinking? That's all the time we have this week. Before the truth will set you free. It'll pick you up before you find a place to be.
We didn't have a detour at that time. We went right to it.
Too late to tell you now. One ear right out the other one. 'Cause all you ever do is chant the same old. And I know this doesn't make a lot of sense, but do you really want to think all by yourself now? All I'm asking for is a little bit of faith. You know it's easy to believe. And I know this doesn't make
Very
a lot
digital.
of sense. You know you gotta wear the corners of your mind now. All I'm asking for is a little bit of faith. You know it's easy to, so easy to believe.
Bridge to breakdown. Interesting.
Before the truth will set you free, it'll pick you up before you find a place to be. You're gonna lose the plot. Before the truth will set you free, it'll pick you up before you find a place to be. You're gonna lose the plot. Too late to tell you now. One ear right out the other one. 'Cause all you ever do is chant the same old mantra.
4-3-1. That's the total progression. I mean, it sounded fine. I just don't know if it's for me. It's very digitally driven. Like, the core is digital. And it just feels to me like all of the analog instruments that we did here were just kind of there to support the digital. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I mean, I know I'm not a fan of that structure. I know I'm not a big fan of, digital being the dominant voice, but it was close. I have to think about this. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Bring Me the Horizon with Mantra. This was a request from Origin of Symmetry 2506, and it was also the winner of the Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 42% of the vote. Moving up for number 783 in the queue, straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay, let's just rip off the Band-Aid. Let's just get to the score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, 6.5. What does that score mean? Well, a 6.5 would translate to a pretty good scale rating. Okay, so it's a pretty good song. It would get 3 out of 5 stars, and it would get a B- letter grade. So 6.5, pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Now, how did I come to this score? So glad you asked. Listen, it's a pretty good song at the end of the day. And look, looking at the song from a melodic line standpoint, from a total progression standpoint, am I going to sit here and say that anything that we heard was amazing? No. No. Look, the most amazing riff in the song was 4 to 3 to 1. 4-3-1. That was as complex as the song got. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and go that was amazing. I'm also definitely not going to say that was great. You know how many bands follow that riff? I mean, I'm sorry. It's just not a great riff. I'm not going to sit here and go that that's an amazing, impressive riff. It's not. It's one of the first riffs that any guitar player or bass player learns. It was very basic in its song structure. Simple. Yes, very simple. You've heard me say on the channel many, many times, I'm sure, simple can be effective when it's done properly. Okay, look, am I going to sit here and say this was done properly? It was, but not in a way that's going to be, I mean, was it effective? Yeah, it was effective. So okay, fine. At the end of the day, it was effective, sure. 4-3-1. Look, you really can't screw that riff up. That's like trying to say you're going to screw up a triad, 5-3-1. You know, it's almost impossible to screw that riff up, and they didn't. Okay, I will give credit where credit's due. The analog instruments, when they were being utilized, it sounded good. It sounded fine. The bass had a little bit of a bite on it, which was nice. Not a full-blown distortion patch, thank God. That would have been a little too thick, a little too crunchy, and would have ended up sounding muddy. Now, with the distortion patch, the bass player used sounded just fine. Guitar used very sparingly, infrequently, but when it was used, it was nice. It sounded really good. It was refreshing to hear. Analog drums. There were analog drums in the mix, along with the guitar, used sporadically, not used through the entire song. It was used in sections, in particular, the choruses. Here's the thing, and this is my biggest gripe about the song. This was very digitally driven. The whole song was powered at its core by digital sound, by programming. And look, do I give credit to the people who actually will sit there and program, songs utilizing Pro Tools or whatever, Allegro or whatever program they're going to use, Finale, whatever it is they use? Do I give credit where credit's due when it comes to the programming skill? Yeah, sure. I'll tell them, yeah, you guys did a great job programming the song. But here's the thing. It's still at its core a digital song. And the analog instruments were used to enhance the digital. Now, there have been a number of bands on the channel that have utilized digital as an enhancement for the analog instruments. I don't mind that. I like that. As a matter of fact, there's a number of bands that I've found on the channel that have even gotten as high as great scores because they utilized it so well, balanced it so well. utilized it so tastefully while not taking away from the analog instruments and from the vocals. It was just there as an enhancement, used well to make the song sound special and different. I got no problem with that. But when you have a song that is driven at its core primarily by digital and you use the analog instruments as the enhancement, yeah, that doesn't sit well with me. I don't like it. I really don't. I've never been a fan of it, and I'm going to be honest with you folks, I probably never will. Because in my honest opinion, I don't think the analog instruments were utilized enough. I think if they were utilized more than just the choruses, I think I would have been okay with it. If we had used them through all the verses and the choruses and the breakdown was pure digital. There was no analog in there whatsoever. If we had utilized the analog more, I think it would have been an easier pill for me to swallow, and the score may very well have come up as a result. We may have gotten into the 7th, possibly. I don't know. I mean, we'll never know. But as it stands right now, I don't dig it. I don't dig it. They did a good job doing what they did, and I'll give credit where credit's due, which is why I'm giving them a 6.5 and not like a 3.2, which instinctually, that's what I want to give it. I want, like me personally, on a personal level, this would be down in the 3s. It was not good. It was pretty bad. But I'm looking at the song objectively, which is why I'm giving it a 6.5. They did do a fine job doing what they did. I didn't hear anything that sounded bad from a notational standpoint, or from a rhythmic standpoint, or from a chordal progression standpoint. Everything made sense. But I'm not going to sit here and go that this was amazing. I'm sorry, that's just not going to happen. And I most certainly didn't enjoy it. So, but yeah, that's how we came up to the 6.5. Oh, and the vocals. Yeah, the vocals. They vocals fit the song, sure. They fit the context of the song, sure. They sounded good within the song, sure. Would I say that the vocals were great? No. Not compared to some of the other singers I've heard on the channel. I'm sorry. Night and day. Here are some of those other vocalists that I've given 8s and 9s to. Here's this vocalist. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just reality. So, yeah, 6.5. I feel good with that score. Personally, I would put a lot lower, but I have to be objective here, and my objectivity says give them the 6.5. So that's where we're at. That's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap this up in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 6.5, which is a pretty good scale rating, which is 3 out of 5 stars and a B- letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.